guys are not prepared for strong women.
Talk about that.
I understand
part.
a lot of guys are not prepared for a strong woman. And what we have is she's her boss, I'm my boss.
As I see it, you know, it is very much a gut, intuitive perspective. And I really feel like
I'm never getting married again.
Wow.
I'm not, you know, it's one of those things in life that I feel like I could check it off. Like, okay, I did that. You know, maybe people want to say they've experienced that. I've experienced it. And I know the good and the bad that happened to me, so it's not something I want to experience again.
She was like, treat people how you want to be treated. And that is always how I think about it.
Alicia Keys didn't just clap back, she came swinging. She straight up accused Lala Anthony of secretly being engaged to her man, Swizz Beatz. And the way it came out wasn't some quiet behind-the-scenes whisper. Nah, Alicia allegedly threw that bomb in public where everyone could hear it, instantly flipping a low-key rumor into a full-blown scandal plastered all over timelines. But here's where it gets wild. The deeper you dig, the less it feels like a random outburst and more like a messy chess game that's been building for years. Old photos, cryptic captions, and sneaky insider whispers all point to something bigger. And trust me, these puzzle pieces don't line up clean at all. So now the question is, was Lala really living a double life behind the scenes? Or is somebody out here playing puppet master and stirring chaos on purpose? Because the timing feels too perfect, almost like somebody wanted this explosion to happen. Word on the streets is that Alicia made this play loud and public, and the second she did, folks started side-eyeing not just her marriage, but her whole inner circle. And as soon as she dropped it, people went digging, pulling up receipts from years back that suddenly hit different. Little moments we all brushed off are now looking like straight-up clues. The second those puzzle pieces started clicking for the public, the internet went into full meltdown mode. Every photo, every post, every shady little coincidence was suddenly under the microscope. And it felt like everybody was finding something new to add to the pile. An insider spilled that Alicia wasn't just reacting to whispers in the wind, she'd been clocking things for a minute. Strange texts popping up, late-night link-ups that didn't add up, cryptic captions on IG that now feel loud as ever. All the stuff that once looked innocent suddenly feels like warning signs. So the real question is, did Alicia finally stumble on the raw truth, or did she already know for years and just get tired of playing the happy wife role in public? Because if this secret engagement rumor is real, then it's been happening right under her nose all along. And that's the kind of betrayal that cuts deep, and the more dots you connect, the dirtier it looks. Fake cover-up relationships, staged appearances, picture-perfect smiles that don't age well under the spotlight, all of it feels way too intentional now. No surprise, the internet lit up instantly. Reactions flew in left and right, with some fans shocked, others laughing at the mess, and plenty serving savage takes like it was the hottest tea of the year. One fan dropped a comment that had everybody's jaw on the floor. Wait, Swizz Beatz and Lala Anthony are allegedly having an affair? Well, Alicia Keys, it's called karma, baby. You could practically hear the side-eye dripping through the screen. Folks started throwing Alicia's own lyrics back at her. What goes around comes around, what goes up must come down, reminding her she once sang about karma, only now it's playing out in real life. And of course, the classic "how you got 'em is how you lose 'em" narrative came flooding back. Fans didn't forget how Alicia and Swizz first got together, and now the whole timeline is dragging that history back into the spotlight. With Lala sliding into the picture so quietly, the comment section has turned into a live wire. Everyone's dissecting who's lying, who's covering, and who's finally being exposed. But this is where it really got messy. The first time those Lala Swizz whispers started buzzing, Swizz went into straight panic mode, like a one-man PR machine trying to put out fires. Back then, people were still talking about Lala's split from Carmelo Anthony when the curveball dropped. Accusations she was allegedly messing with Swizz Beatz. And it wasn't just internet gossip. Radio host Ms. Jones swore someone from Swizz's own camp hit her DM, claiming Lala was in love with Swizz, but he told her flat out he wasn't leaving Alicia. Naturally, Swizz wasn't having it. He stormed straight into the comments like a man on a mission, typing out that now infamous response for the world to see. Knock it the F off Zazzazi. That wasn't just a clapback. It was damage control in real time, but instead of calming things down, it only made the streets talk louder. And Alicia clearly bought into it, because Swizz wasn't just denying, he went full-on love bomb mode. For her birthday, he dropped a gift so outrageous it screamed, "Don't ask questions." We're talking a $300,000 custom Maybach that was so exclusive it took 2 months just to deliver. But Swizz didn't stop there. He jumped in the studio and started remixing her own tracks, teaming up with rapper Marv Millie, who laid down bars praising Alicia's artistry, her heart, her legacy, even calling her the R&B Rosa Parks. Like, hold up, how Rosa Parks end up in this? The whole thing was romance, grand gestures, and public declarations on steroids. But looking back now, maybe it wasn't just love, maybe it was smoke and mirrors. Because here's the kicker. Years later, Alicia herself is dragging Lala's name into the spotlight with this secret engagement mess. Suddenly, all those extravagant gestures don't read like pure romance anymore. Now they look like Swizz was pulling a magician's trick, keeping Alicia dazzled so she wouldn't peek too close at what was really happening behind the curtains. And just when you think this whole thing is only about Lala sliding into the picture, boom! Another twist comes crashing in, shaking the story even harder. Now here's where the streets really started buzzing. Word is Swizz Beatz might have gotten somebody else pregnant. Not Alicia, not Lala, but a whole different woman entirely. And the gag? Allegedly, she's a white girl. Fans were losing their minds like, wait, Swizz Beatz got a pregnant side chick and she's white? Oh, Alicia Keys, oh no. The disbelief was off the charts. But of course, with this saga, nothing is ever that simple. Some folks are convinced this so-called other woman is actually Lala in disguise, that the pregnancy rumors and the white girl narrative were just a smokescreen to keep Lala's name out of the headlines. If that's true, then Alicia has been sitting in the middle of a ticking time bomb for years, while the rest of us thought it was just harmless gossip. Every layer of this tea just keeps stacking higher and higher, and now it's boiling over like a pot that's been left on the stove too long. Fans are sipping it cup after cup, each rumor messier than the last. And honestly, if you look at it this way, Alicia finally going public with that secret engagement bomb makes way more sense. She couldn't keep ignoring it, not with all these receipts, distractions, and whispers circling back to her front door. And let's be real, this isn't the first time Lala and Swizz have set off alarms. Way before this alleged engagement, their energy had people whispering. This scandal didn't just appear out of thin air, it's been brewing for years, and the receipts go way back. Back when Lala was still with Carmelo, she and Swizz were spotted together more than once. And if you were paying attention, their body language was loud. Those lingering looks, the quiet side conversations, those smiles that stayed locked in just a little too long. People were saying, ooh, y'all see that? Because it didn't look like casual friends, it looked like something bubbling underneath. Remember that one event where Alicia and Swizz were doing their little PDA moment, Alicia showing off her no makeup vibe. But just a few feet away, folks swore Lala and Swizz were in their own little bubble. Lingering smiles, subtle eye contact, and a vibe that definitely didn't scream platonic. And then came the Met Gala. Cameras caught Lala interviewing Swizz on the carpet, complimenting him, keeping the energy light but very engaged. Swizz laughed and smiled back. And even though it wasn't full-on flirty, it had just enough spark to catch eyes in the crowd. Those tiny moments stuck with people. And now they're being replayed like evidence in a courtroom. So honestly, for a lot of fans, this whole secret engagement isn't shocking at all. Some are even calling it the natural endgame, the result of years of quiet tension finally breaking through. Because if you look close, it feels like Lala's been running this game slow and steady, playing the long chess match while Alicia thought she was in full control. Every time the street started linking Lala to Swizz, boom, another man magically popped up in her storyline. First, it was that New York entrepreneur Bear. Before him, some other mystery guy whose name never even stuck. And every single time, Lala never confirmed it, but she never denied it either. She just let the rumors marinate while people ran wild in the comments. No couple pics on the gram, no big declarations, nothing to actually shut it down. And if you really think about it, that's kind of genius. While the public was busy chasing these side stories and side quests, nobody was zeroing in on the real one, her quiet link with Swizz. If that was her play all along, then that's top-tier PR energy right there, controlling the narrative without ever having to say a single word. But here's where it all starts to crumble. Because no matter how many distractions you toss out, nothing can cover the fact that Alicia just dragged her name into the center of the storm. And the second Alicia did that, all those whispers, side flings, and mystery man headlines stopped looking like harmless gossip and started looking exactly like what they were. Cover-ups to keep the main drama in the shadows until now. And let's be real, the internet hasn't forgotten how Alicia and Swizz even started. Back in 2010, the same year they tied the knot, Swizz was fresh off divorcing Mashonda Tefrere. And Mashonda didn't hold back. She openly said he cheated and that Alicia knew he was still married when they got involved. Mashonda claimed she was blindsided by the divorce with no clue he was about to marry Alicia just months later. That wasn't a love story, that was a bomb going off in real time. Sure, in public they sold this image of a happy blended family. Photo shoots, smiling kids, united front. But a lot of fans never bought it. One person even said it straight. Swizz didn't create a happy blend. He wrecked that woman's heart, caused emotional turmoil, and then tried to normalize it with PR pictures. That's the kind of stain you can't Photoshop away. So now, when you look at this whole Lala situation, it's like deja vu. History on repeat. The over-the-top gifts, the private whispers, the public distractions, it's all too familiar. Alicia isn't just reacting to one scandal. She's staring down a pattern that started over a decade ago, and this time she's making it crystal clear she won't play the quiet wife again. This isn't just about calling out Lala for an alleged secret engagement. Alicia is drawing a hard line in the sand, saying history will not repeat itself without consequences. And here's the bombshell. Insiders claim Alicia is already preparing divorce papers behind the scenes. If that's true, this isn't just messy, it's about to blow Hollywood wide open. So get this, the alleged reason Alicia is ready to pull the plug? Swizz supposedly fathered a child outside their marriage. And one fan wasted no time throwing shade, writing, Alicia Keys and Swizz been headed for divorce chilly. How you get them is how you lose them. Woo! Fans weren't holding back, and the comment section turned into a battlefield overnight. But here's the kicker. Alicia didn't just stumble on whispers, she allegedly found out through cold, hard legal paperwork. A court-ordered paternity test, y'all. Imagine holding those results in your hand and realizing your husband has been running a whole other life behind your back. That's not gossip, that's receipt stamped and signed. And the timing, even messier. This bomb supposedly dropped right after Alicia and Swizz were out here celebrating their 15 years of magic anniversary on Instagram. Picture-perfect smiles, gushy captions, the whole fairy tale. But if the timeline is right, Alicia might have already been holding those paternity results while posting those happy photos for the world to see. Now that's not just messy, that's diabolical PR control most people could never pull off. But this isn't your usual he cheated headline. If Swizz really does have a new child, it raises the stakes to a whole new level. Because now everyone's asking, where does Lala fit into all of this? With the engagement rumor still swirling, the question isn't just about betrayal anymore. It's about whether Alicia was battling multiple scandals all at once. So if Alicia really pulls the plug because of that baby, does that open the door for Lala to slide from alleged side piece straight into public fiancé status? Some folks are saying Swizz couldn't possibly be bold enough to run the same messy play twice, but the timing is a little too neat to ignore. Stack that on top of everything else, Alicia's rocky history with Swizz, the way they first got together, Mashonda's accusations, the staged blended family photos, and it's hard not to see this as karma finally spinning the block. The same kind of scandal Alicia once got dragged into is now circling right back on her own marriage, and the irony is brutal. One fan even joked it's like Alicia's living out her own diary pages. Because if Lala is the one waiting in the wings, then this isn't just a random cheating scandal. This is a full circle replay of 2010. Only now Alicia is on the other side of the heartbreak. And that's what leaves the messiest question of all hanging in the air. Was this chaos really just bad timing? Or was it a long game being played out in real time? Did Lala quietly run the chessboard for years to finally land here? Or did fate just explode right on Alicia and Swizz's anniversary, turning a celebration into a scandal heard worldwide? And there it is, the whole saga laid out like a scandalous mixtape. From secret engagements to alleged love children, from history repeating itself to karma catching up in real time, Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz just went from blended family goals to the messiest storyline in the game. Lala Anthony's name is now stamped in the center of the storm, and the streets are asking the one question nobody wants to say out loud. Is she about to step into Alicia's old shoes? Because let's be real, the patterns are too loud to ignore. The history, the whispers, the stage smiles, they all led to this explosion. And whether this was a long game Lala been playing for years or just the universe serving karma ice cold, one thing's clear. The music industry just got hit with another heavyweight scandal that nobody saw coming. But what do you think? Is this the end of Alicia and Swizz or the beginning of an even messier chapter? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I know y'all got opinions on this one. And if you want the full breakdowns, the wildest tea, and every messy receipt the celebs try to hide, you already know where to be. Tap in with BarzBuzz, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked because this drama is just getting started.